Agriculture, whom already you know, but for the purpose of this event, is Alhaji Mohammed. Honorable Minister, SA, Mr. Sherman, seated by my left-hand side.
Welcome you, and to also wish you well in this quite difficult job of being Minister of Information. We wish you God's guidance in your duties. My own name is Kabiru Yusuf. I'm the chairman of Daily Trust. My colleague Manir Ali is the editor-in-chief. We have Nasur Abubakar, who is the editor of the Daily, and Abdul Karim Baba Aminu, who is the editor of the Weekly. I have to, at some point, leave this chair for the deputy editor-in-chief, because when a visiting dignitary comes, we don't mind hearing his speech, but we also want to ask him a few questions. We are a newspaper organization. We try and get the news. And if the news comes to us, we grab it with both hands. So at some point, maybe your delegation, I will leave. I will ask our senior deputy editor-in-chief to lead the team to ask you a few questions so that we can make the best of your visit. But I would love to hear also what you have for the message you have for us. Thank you.
Daily Trust, and I'll come here and then just to talk to and walk away. I knew that it's going to be an opportunity also to have interactive session with you. My speech, I think, is going to be very short. I've come here to thank you very much for the support you gave us in the run-up to the elections. It was quite a fight in the trenches. And at the point in time, we had only a few newspapers we could count on, either to reflect our views or able to carry our adverts. And I'm aware that certain papers in the course of the campaign were branded as being anti-government, and you are one of them. I also know that you suffered revenue losses in terms of adverts because, rightly or wrongly, you are perceived to have been too close to our campaign or to our party. But I think I never saw you as being partisan. I saw you as exercising your editorial independence, and you are being professional. So I've come to thank you because you also contributed in a large measure to the success of the elections. I've also come here as a mark of recognition of the fact that you will need to constantly engage the stakeholders in this project called Nigeria. I don't think it will be proper for us to just come to you when it's a crisis. I believe that we can confide in you. We can explain what we are doing, our challenges and our difficulties. And when we need to take difficult decisions, we would try to get your buy-in so that at the end of the day, we are not left alone. This is one of the reasons why I've come here to tell you that this will only be the beginning of a series of engagements between us and you. And of course, we also intend to have a kind of understanding whereby we have probably a standing working team comprising of the media and government, and we meet regularly just to exchange training in areas of national security. At times, we tend to work at cross purposes, even though we all have the same objective. I'm yet to know of any government that does not have the love of the people of the country at heart. I'm yet to know any newspaper organization that does not believe that at the end of the day, its goal is also to uplift the standard of living of people in Nigeria, but we go about it, different ways. And because there's no interaction, there's a lot of misunderstanding and misconception. This kind of work relationship will eliminate such a misconception. Of course, you are going to have your agenda, we're going to have our agenda, and we'll not see how we can meet, friends, in quote, on every issue. But at least, if you don't agree with you, we'll give opportunity to understand why we're taking the decisions we're taking. I've also come here to explain that, yes, that this government is very sincere, very committed, and very focused. Yet, we will probably be experiencing some temporary pains. But honestly, I can assure you that given the commitment of the administration and given the commitment of the cabinet and government, all these temporary pains would, they are just going to be temporary, will be things of the past. I know that Nigerians today are groaning under the yoke of lack of fuel. And I'm glad to say that by yesterday, both chambers of the National Assembly actually approved the supplementary budget. And it's amazing that of the $574 billion or so that was approved as supplementary budget, I think close to 421 billion of it was for subsidy alone. Actually 521, because I know that we went to National Assembly asking them to authorize us to pay arrears of 413 billion, which was supposed to cover last year August till the end of September. But by the time it was being considered, I think NPC came and said, why do you want to do this thing in bits? We believe that we will still need an extra $1 billion naira between September and December. Why don't we resolve the matter once and for all? That is why what was approved yesterday, the entire $574 billion, naira, 522 billion naira of it is for subsidy, while only the balance is to continue the war effort in the northeastern part of Nigeria. Now, people ask us, why did we wait, for this to happen? The truth of the matter is that the money approved in the 2015 budget for fuel subsidy was exhausted, and we had to go back to the National Assembly to ask for approval. We had the money, we could easily have paid them, but then that would be unlawful. We would be spending without appropriation. But I can assure you that by the grace of God, Nigerians will not have to experience this kind of scarcity again. It's not just about money being owed in arrears. It's also about the fact that some very unpatriotic Nigerians have also taken the advantage of the situation to even, make life much more uncomfortable for Nigerians. But honestly, we believe that if there had been no scarcity, there would have been no opportunity for them to exploit it. So I think the best thing is that the good news is that in a few days' time, this money would have been paid and all these long queues would have disappeared. These are part of the things we inherited. Like we say, we are not going to make excuses, but we do really have challenges, and some of these challenges are hampering our movement. But we are positive, we are committed, and we are focused, and we believe that in the next few days to come, especially with the submission of the 2016 budget to the National Assembly, the Nigerians will begin to heave a sigh of relief. Once again, thank you very much.
Okay. Yep. I think Minister, you better have a drink of water.
No.